In this video, we'll take a look at how to create a coffered ceiling. Creating a coffered ceiling can be accomplished by using the tray ceiling tool. Let's take a look at the steps to create a couple of different coffered ceiling styles. In this sample living room that I have open, I currently have a 9-foot ceiling with no particular ceiling treatment. To create a coffer, I'm going to click inside the room in the plan view, and in my lower edit toolbar you're going to find a tool called Make Tray Ceiling in Room. Now, a few different options for this tray ceiling. For the width, which is inside from the wall, I'm going to set it at 24 inches. The depth of the tray, I'm going to have that come down 12 inches. And if you want to specify if there's a pitch, currently it's set to be vertical. There's a few other things that you can set as far as if you want a molding inside of your coffer. So in this case, I have a default molding. I also have a default LED light. There's a few different settings that you can change in here if you wanted to do an offset. Notice that my molding also has a profile in here. I've browsed out to the library and added this particular molding profile in here. Once I have all of the parameters specified, I'm going to come down and I'm going to create the basic tray ceiling. I'm going to use this tray ceiling as the basis to create the coffered ceiling. Let's begin by resizing the tray to 5 foot in this direction and also 5 foot in this direction. Now you can see that tray back here in the 3D view, and now I'm going to use the multiple copy function to create the coffer style. While that tray is selected, I'm going to come down into my lower edit menu, and underneath the multiple copy, let's go over to the multiple copy interval. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change this to 7 feet or 84 inches by 84 inches. So in the primary offset and in the secondary offset, I have that set to 7 feet. Click OK. I'm going to move my cursor over to the center. You'll notice my cursor change. I'm going to hold my right mouse button down, click and drag to the right, release my mouse, then pull my mouse down, and then I'm going to left click. And now you can see that we created the coffer, and the basis of it was the tray ceiling. Let me press undo one time here. Now I'm going to take this small tray, I'm going to click on it, and one of the tools I'm going to use is a fillet tool. I'm going to come down in my lower edit menu, click this fillet tool, and in the far left hand side, let's come over and let's click the fillet amount. In this case, I'm going to put in 30 inches because I want to make this, for the most part, a circle. Once that 30 inches is specified, I'm going to come into the Fillet All tool, again in the lower edit menu, fillet all corners. That converts it to a circle. Let's come over, select the circle, come down to the multiple copy. I already have the 5 foot value loaded in. We'll come over where the cursor changes, right click and drag, release the mouse, come down, left click. And now you can see that we used the initial tray, we converted it to a circle using the fillet tool, and we were able to create a unique ceiling style using those tools. Let me go ahead and press undo a couple times, and I'm going to show you one more way to do this by drawing your own custom CAD shape. You can use the CAD tools in Chief Architect to create any shape. You can convert those shapes to a tray or then a coffered ceiling. Let's take a look at a process of maybe using the circle tool and create a couple of figure eights in the room. In my upper menu, let's go ahead and select the circle tool, and I'm going to come down and I'm just going to draw a circle about that diameter. Select it, I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to have the two overlap. Now this overlap is probably going to create a little bit of a problem when we convert these to a ceiling because they do intersect, but I'll show you the process in case you get that message. With both of these circles, let's go ahead and group select them by using the shift click. Let's come down into the lower edit menu, and I'm going to use this tool called Convert Polyline. In this Convert Polyline, I'm going to choose to create the tray ceiling. I'm going to go ahead and accept the parameters that we've been using for the previous ceiling at 12 inches in depth and a vertical pitch. Now you're going to notice that we have a couple of caution symbols on here that it failed to create the tray ceiling because it overlaps. Using the CAD tools, I actually want to combine these two shapes. The tool in your lower edit menu is to create a polyline union. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and delete the original drawings, and we'll just end up with one figure eight symbol. Now I'm going to select the figure eight. Let's use the multiple copy tool. Let's change the interval from 84 to 102. Then I'm going to drag just one copy of that out. And now let's maximize our view and take a look. So we used the CAD tools to create a pretty unique shape of a ceiling, for this case for the coffered ceiling. To learn more about the tray ceiling tool, please refer to our other videos and also the built-in help file. Thanks for watching.